Next on Cal High Sports Bay Area, we have something for everyone, including NorCal basketball highlights with Darty Valley and Oakland Tech for the boys, Pinewood and Bishop O'Dowd for the girls, and final game in CCS soccer.
We get some early preseason baseball action between Bellarmine and Lee. Why this bench has such great meaning at Los Gatos High. And we take a road trip with a local high school hockey team. It's all next on Cal High Sports Bay Area.
Welcome to Cal High Sports Bay Area here at the Silver Creek Sportsplex. I'm Robert Braunstein.
And I'm Marissa Levis. We start this week with NorCal basketball and an NCS versus CCS showdown. Piedmont Hills won the CCS title last week as the top seed in Division I. 21-6, Pete Simos and his team have had a great year, and Robert may or may not be good luck, so I went to cover the game.
Yeah, we're about to find out. The Castro Valley boys lost to De La Salle in a tight game last week, earning the right to advance to NorCal's. The Trojans, led by outstanding senior guard Bryce Thompson, traveling to San Jose to meet the Pirates this week.
Aaron Morris and Goose Person from Piedmont Hills with a pretty cool handshake to start things off. First quarter off the loose ball, the Trojans' Bryce Thompson connects with Raton Fobbs for the one-handed dunk. And then it's Micah Copeland with a nice stop and pop. All net for Micah, and Castro Valley is up 15-6. The Pirates trying to find their rhythm. Rex Alclaws to Alfonsi Manalo down low for two, cutting the deficit to just 6. But more CV, Thompson with another assist, this time to Okwas Muhammad, and the Trojans were on fire early. But Piedmont Hills continue to fight hard. Alclaws passes to Aaron Morris, who muscles his way up for the bucket, 31-25 Castro Valley. After the half, Piedmont Hills was on a mission. Morris to Marquise Mosley, out to Goose Person, and you can count all three of those. Person, a very talented player. Castro Valley only up one. Colby Charles to Fobbs for the easy lay-in, and it's 49-46 Trojans with 5 minutes left. Pirates down 4 with just 21 seconds to go, and it's Person's willing his team back into this one. He gets the bucket to pull back within 2:53-51. Bryce Thompson would make 2 clutch free throws for the Trojans. However, this one came down to the wire. Persons finds Alfonsi Manalo for 3, and it's now 55-54. CV gets fouled and makes 1 out of 2 to go up 56-44 with just 4 seconds left. Persons gets a shot off, and it looks good, but just hits iron, and the Trojans get the victory 56-54, advancing to the second round of NorCal's.
The Bellarmine Bells getting ready to take on Lee in this preseason baseball game. The Bells on the board first in the first as Todd Jackson sends this one back where it came from. The base hit scores Lawrence Palmer, and the Bells have a 1-0 lead after 1. Meantime, senior Kyle Dean was having a terrific game on the mound. This one of his 9 strikeouts. Dean pitched 5 shutout innings. In the third, the Bells strike again as Connor Mack turns on this one and sends it sharply to left. It gets past the fielder. Scoring from second is Anthony Peachy. 2-0 Bellarmine Bells. So in the third, with the runner at second, Antonio Garcia shows you how to lay down a perfect bunt as it hugs the baseline. Antonio headed to Kansas next year to play baseball. I went to Missouri. I don't like Kansas. The runner at third scored on a sac fly. 3-0 Bells. 4-0 in the fourth with Lee trying to battle back. Kyle Johnson sending this one the other way. It's a double for Johnson, but he would not score because with Johnson at third, Dean handles the smash right back at him to end the inning and preserve the shutout. The Bells get one more in the fifth. It's Garcia sending it deep to center over the fielder's head. Rock chalk. Whatever. As Connor Mack scores and the Bells have a 5-0 lead. And that would be the final as Nick McKetchick comes in to close it out, and Bellarmine wins it 5-0 the final. The Bells now 5-0 to start the season.
Contra Costa County Sports is brought to you by StatMed Urgent Care, the right care right now. Coach Chris Packard riling up the Wildcats before their preseason game versus Monte Vista. Start of the first, the Mustangs were off to a great start, but off Joey Piumbo's slingshot, Monte Vista took a comfortable lead of 2-0. But SI would put up a fight. Bryn Evans tosses it back to Patrick Brosnan, and Brosnan throws it in to cut the Mustangs' lead to just 1. But here would come the Mustangs again. Chris Bryan breaking down the defense through the middle, making it easy for who other than Mr. Piumbo. He had 4 goals in the game, and the Wildcats were down by 3, but they would continue to pesterize the Mustangs' D as Evans slashes it down to cut the lead once again. But the undefeated Mustangs just had enough and took control of the game as Ryan recovers from a fall and slaps it in to extend the lead 5-2. But I guess they needed more to talk about on the way home to Danville because Chase Jolie rips another one in. Check it out. He had 3 goals in the game. And the Monte Vista Mustangs took care of business in San Francisco with a score of 8-5 and stayed perfect with a 4-0 record. Each week we bring you the Players of the Week, brought to us by the Hip Hop Department in Music Production at the Rikes Center.
The players chosen from last week's games. Here are this week's Players of the Week.
Yeah. Taking the game to new heights, Nico Peters above the opposition 10,000 centimeters. Essential to his team like a hashtag is the tweeter. Operating faster than all your neurotransmitters. De La Salle High School defeated Monte Vista. Peters got buckets prettier than Mona Lisa. Overall record stands 28-2, bending his defender ankles like bamboos. Okay. CCS the 3 championship, James Chun. From 3-point range, yeah, my boy drained some. 4 from beyond the arc, wet as a pony march. Money like an oligarch, James was lit from the start. The Crusaders won the game in overtime. Number 21, cold as the wintertime. Slapped 24 points to guarantee the dub, demonstrating his expertise in touch. Those are your Players of the Week. Risk.
Each week, Muir orthopedic specialists bring us great advice on sports-related injuries. Here's Dr. Michael Miklich with this week's tip.
It is a serious problem as the rate of return to play for football and soccer after an ACL reconstruction is approximately 70%. The most common reason for not returning to play was a fear of re-injuring the knee. This is an appropriate fear as there is a small but significant risk of re-tear of not only the ACL reconstructed knee, but a risk of ACL tear in the opposite knee. To best avoid these problems, programs, best described as reconditioning programs, have been developed to take a patient finishing their formal therapy and help them learn and complete more advanced, sport-specific neuromuscular training regimens that will bring an athlete up to the speed, strength, confidence, and endurance needed to blend back into her or his team's activities.
Coming up, we go back to the hardwood for a NorCal game between Dublin and Palo Alto.
And we remember a good friend and show you what her school has done to keep her spirit alive. Our Stevens Creek Toyota Spirit of Achievement feature is next.
Muir Orthopedic Specialists, the leader in innovative sports medicine, is proud to present its new 46,000 square foot facility in Walnut Creek. This new leading edge facility combines high-tech equipment, an Olympic weightlifting area, indoor turf field for training and rehab, and expanded physical therapy facilities. The new Muir Orthopedic facility features efficient and personalized check-in, spacious reception areas, and on-site digital x-rays for fast results. For the best care for your treatment and recovery, visit the doctors at Muir Orthopedic Specialists.
The Rikes Center for Human Enhancement offers a range of programs in the athletic fitness department designed to train athletes of all ages and abilities. Our programs range from Rise Up for student athletes 9 and older to Pinnacle and team training sessions for more advanced athletes with a specific far-reaching goal. Or sign up for Core and get a customized workout plan designed for whatever intensity or ability level you want to achieve. From Pinnacle to Core, the Rikes Center has a program to help you achieve your goals. So it's simple. If you've got goals, come to the Rikes Center.
It's a new season at Stevens Creek Toyota, and we're proud to present this year's all-star lineup. Like home run deals on Camry, the original Swagger Wagon Sienna, and our #1 player, better than par, Prius. Plus experience genuine Toyota service in our state-of-the-art facility. They're all here, your hometown champs, only at Stevens Creek Toyota San Jose. Visit us online at StevensCreekToyota.com.
The NorCal playoffs are here and opening round action in the opening division between MOREAU Catholic and Sheldon. The Mariners covered them last week. They're on a roll. They won both games by over 25 points. An incredible run they're on since about mid-January. And you got Oscar Ferry, you got Damari Millsap, but the X factor of tonight's game is Terrell Brown, a senior guard. He's going to need a big effort tonight because Sheldon, on the other hand, has a guy named Matthew Manning. And Matthew Manning, about 6'6", 200, can shoot it, can slash into the lane. It's MOREAU Catholic and Sheldon in this week's Toga's Monster Game.
The Huskies coming out on fire in this one off the miss. It's Devin Green ahead to Manning.
Manning with a two-handed flush, and Sheldon quickly out to a 10-0 lead. Green leading the break once again, penetrates into the lane, then kicks it out to Isaiah Brooks in the corner. It's good, and MOREAU is in trouble. Mariners coming back, though. Oscar Freire from straight away. Swish. Then Brooks into the lane and out to Manning. Somebody guard him. He had 18 in the first half alone. Then Buddha Eisen goes to Freire. Freire eyeing the defender. Lets it go. Members bounce. However, MOREAU down 50-30 at the half. Out of the break, Manning continuing his on-court dominance. No relation to Peyton Manning. He finished with 29 on the night. But the Mariners begin to mount their comeback. Brandon Lawrence goes for three. It's no good. But Devon Molden's there to clean up the glass and get the putback. Then Freire, wearing a new number because he got blood on his other one, goes coast to coast and gets the Mariners to within 12. Fourth quarter now, it's Milstead to Lawrence in the corner. Three ball is good, and the lead was down to 8, so here we go. And then off the steal, Lawrence ahead to Freire with the Mama Chewbacca dunk. That got the crowd fired up. Under 2 minutes to go, Terrell Brown slashing drive for 2. Lead down to just 2, but it would not be enough. Freire's going to make a 3 here with 5 seconds to go. That trimmed the lead to 88-85, but the Mariners out of timeouts. The Huskies just run out the clock and hold on to win by that score. Freire, in his last game, leading all scorers with 37 points.
The Lady Vikings getting introduced before the game. First quarter, Skylar Burris passes to Alexis Harris, who passes back to Burris, who makes the tray, and Pally's off to a fast start. Dublin tries to answer as Alana Yee dishes to Tiaja Andrews, who converts the layup, and the Gales only trail by 2. More first quarter action as Maddie Atwater finds Coco Lovely, who gets fouled and finishes the layup. 14-12 Pally after 1. To the second, Harris gets her own rebound and kisses the ball off the glass, and Pally is on their way. Later in the second, Atwater finds Mayla Lothi, who beats the buzzer with a 3 as Pally leads 31-18 at the half. However, in the second half, the Gales caught fire. Leslia Fana'u finds Yee, who drills it from downtown. Then it would be Bailey Craig's turn as she drills this one from deep. Both teams now tied at 35. Dublin would not look back at that point as Fana'u drills another one from the elbow. Pally trying to make a comeback as Atwater finds Harris, who sinks a 3 from the corner. But Dublin would seal it from here with Mel Fana'u's layup as Dublin moves on to the NorCal D1 Regional quarterfinal with a final of 51-49. It's Yee and Fana'u leading the way for the Dublin Gales. Each week, Stevens Creek Toyota brings us stories of athletes who have overcome adversity in their lives to succeed in school and in sports.
Taylor Lambert joins us now to update us on a story he brought to us 1 year ago.
Robert, last year Liscottis High School lost a very special part of its family. Tessa Davis, a senior water polo player at LG, and just shy of her 18th birthday, passed away from a rare form of lung cancer. Now, over a year later, friends and family at Liscottis are still thinking of Tessa and recently honored her at one of Tessa's favorite places, poolside at Liscottis High School. Last year in December, we produced a story on Liscottis senior Tessa Davis, a talented swimmer and water polo player, student, amateur comedian, drama standout, and guitar player. In January of 2015, Tessa Davis passed away after battling an aggressive lung cancer. It hit the Liscottis community hard. Tessa knew everybody. From drama class to athletics, she was very well liked. Tessa even won homecoming queen her senior year while she was sick. But Liscottis High held a special place in Tessa's heart as well.
Liscottis High School wasn't really just a school, it was an extended part of our family, of her family. We're really happy that she had that.
I think about her, just little passing things. Now that swim season starts, I know it'll bring back a lot of those memories. She was a butterflyer, so just watching kids do butterfly makes me think about her too.
Liscottis and the pool where Tessa spends so many hours is a treasured space for the Davis family. So Letitia and Mike Davis, Tessa's parents, decided to build a special spot on an already very special place. With help from designer and friend Marcia Rafter and the go-ahead from assistant principal Shelby Edwards, Letitia laid plans to install a bench as colorful as Tessa, with some of her favorite things mixed in, and a lot of her favorite color, purple. And when the day came to dedicate the bench, just as she always did, Tessa brought people together.
We've come together because of it, the whole community, and some people that might not have talked to each other in the past, but people who had some kind of connection with Tessa have come together, and it's started new friendships, started new relationships.
Tessa made an incredible impact on all of us and will forever impact this school, and it is one of my hopes that this bench is just a reminder of the joy that she brought to the school and brought to all of us.
The bench is a good way for the Los Gatos community to remember Tessa. It's something the Davis family does in their Los Gatos Mountains home every minute of every day. They sit in the joy garden they planted after Tessa passed, and they remember.
Well, it's pretty special. I mean, her friends have come here. I mean, it's a place, I think, to feel Tessa, and, you know, so people come to visit when they're thinking about her, so. You know, I'm out here pulling weeds every day, and I sometimes think that, you know, if I could have picked out every cancer cell, you know, I would have just done that all day long.
Tears are still to be expected, of course, but if Tessa's personality would be any indicator, Tessa Davis would probably rather you remember her with a smile.
So here's to you, Tessa, and may we all choose joy today.
Now, Tessa was just an amazing young person, and Los Gatos really rallied around Tessa when she was sick last year, and that support continues with the rest of the Davis family this year. LG is really for them. The Davis family, amazing people. Obviously, it's a very tough time. How do you get over something like that? But they're finding their way.
Yeah, you never do, but to have that Los Gatos community supporting them so much is a great thing.
It's a great school, tight-knit community. Keep it up. Support the Davis family, everybody.
All right,
thanks, Dale.
One Hit Away brings us great advice and information on concussion treatment and prevention each week.
Here's Darren Cedibaka with this week's tip.
There are 3.8 million concussions reported annually in the United States. Along with that, there are 50% estimated that go unreported. Over 50% of high school athletes have sustained a concussion prior to high school, and over 35% of collegiate athletes have history of multiple concussions. Research shows that top sports in high school for incurring concussions are men's high school sports are football, lacrosse, and wrestling. Women's high school sports are lacrosse, soccer, and basketball. Did you know that 90% of the concussions show no loss of consciousness? So if you don't feel right, let your supporting cast know. One Hit Away understands your brain can change your game.
Coming up to the NorCal Open Division as De La Salle meets Salesian.
Right now, here's our Chevron Top 10 Girls Basketball Poll. Little Kickers is a great soccer program for your child. With coaches trained in child development theory, Little Kickers classes are tailored to meet the specific child's age and ability. This creative approach to coaching will have a positive impact on your child far beyond the soccer field. These fun, high-energy classes at the Silver Creek Sportsplex lead to children with strong physical skills who are well-balanced and confident. Classes are available now for ages 18 months to 9 years. Sign up for Little Kickers at the Silver Creek Sportsplex today.
Guys, I got the jerseys. El Nino. Aquí. Spray Dan. Oh, yeah. Don Ovan.
Think that's me?
You guy, it's $40. Can you cover that?
I'll send it to you right now. Done.
Okay, got it. So hat trick Rick, he's the best player on our team. You get the ball, you give it to him.
Great. Rick.
On your phone, online, on the go, Wells Fargo makes it easy to get banking done.
All right, Don, you're on. Nope, just kidding.
This is the Pinewood Panther Pit, and you're watching Cali Sports Bay Area!
Back at the Plex with NorCal Open Division first round action, the De La Salle Spartans are the top seed with our NCS Player of the Year, Jordan Rattino, leading a very talented squad to an NCS D1 title.
The Spartans meeting a Salesian team winners of the Division IV NCS title with an impressive 28-4 record. The two teams meeting on Friday night.
The De La Salle fans showing up on a Friday night to support their top-ranked home squad, and to start it off, the Spartans would take the lead. Off the miss, Omeka Udini will tip it in, 5-point lead early. But Salesian would go with James Akinjo, kicking it out to Brandon McGee, and that was a good idea. On to the second half as De La Salle holds a 1-point lead, but James gets it to Derek Edenchukwu, and he makes Duncan look easy. Not an easy bucket here, though, for the Spartans. Nikhil Peters going up hard. Lots of contact, but he converts. Physical on that play, but not as rough as Dean of Admissions Joe Aliotti getting with his grandson, laying the young man out. Back to the game now, and back to Nikhil Peters, this time from long range for the senior, and that makes it a 23-21 DLS lead. Now Salesian on the move, going to be off the mark, but Brandon McGee is there to put it back. But Colby Orr has some moves himself. Streaking to the hoop, finds some space up and in, and De La Salle takes the lead. Salesian would come right back. McGee to James Akinjo as he steps into a three-pointer. Regulation would end with the game tied. We go to overtime. In the OT, the Spartans buckle down. Jordan Rattino ends up with the basket after a scrum, and then again off the miss. It's Udini scooping up the ball, and this time he puts it in for two. De La Salle holds on as they only give up 1 point in the OT. 53-45 for the Spartans. On to the next one.
NorCal Division II first round with CCS champ Saratoga hosting INDERKUM. The Tigers from INDERKUM off to a good start as Daisy Williams weaves through the defense, tosses it up, and it goes 12-7 Tigers. The Falcons stayed right with him. Nicole Prouse out to Ariana Garazi for three, and she's good. Now toss it inside to Eli Spirakis working in the paint and scoring, and it's a 4-point game. INDERKUM maintaining the lead, and again it's Williams diving into the paint, and she hits. The Falcons playing catch-up all night long. This a good way to do it. Godarzu with the long three, and it's a 2-point game late in the second. Third quarter now, and INDERKUM's Kalai Griffin flying to the rack, and one as the Tigers start to pull away. Aaron Norris with a terrific shot in the lane for the Falcons here. Saratoga was down by 8 at that point, and INDERKUM will get the win. Williams again in the lane and draws the foul as the Tigers from INDERKUM and the Falcons' terrific season. Congrats to Mike Davey and his girls on an outstanding year.
Service by Medallion celebrates teamwork and teammates who partner together to make great plays. This week's play comes from the Los Gatos boys basketball team. Watch here as Ben Grasty goes to Ryan Bowles to Dylan Belquist for the bucket for the Cats.
Great teamwork there, just as Service by Medallion partners with its customers to provide great janitorial and facility support services for Silicon Valley's best companies.
The 12th annual World Games basketball tournament is coming up June 25th at the Santa Clara County Fairgrounds. The tournament for boys and girls ages 8 to 19 guarantees at least 3 games per team. A video game tournament, great food from around the world, and lots of fun. Sign up now at Hilltoppers Academy at ymail.com.
Coming up, the game of the week is the NorCal Division I game with Oak Grove battling Berkeley.
And more NorCal hoops as Leland travels to Mount Eden. You're watching the nation's #1 high school sports show, Cal High Sports Bay Area.
Hi, my name's Tony Clifford, Chief Operating Officer at First National Bank of Northern California and former San Ignatius Wildcat.
Our bank is owned and operated locally by people who treat our customers like family. You can trust us to give your family or business the best banking services from a bank that's been around for over 50 years. And now we're in Sunnyvale at 425 South Matilda.
Try something old as something new at First National Bank of Northern California.
When an athlete is injured, you need the right help right away. StatMed Urgent Care has only experienced medical specialists on duty 7 days a week. With no appointment needed, on-site x-ray labs, and private exam rooms, you'll receive the best possible care right away. For immediate medical issues to routine care, StatMed has 2 locations in downtown Lafayette and in the Pleasant Hill Concord area near the Sun Valley Mall. StatMed Urgent Care, the right care right now.
Playing high school and college basketball taught me the value of teamwork while learning leadership and problem-solving skills. Sports are an excellent way for kids to prepare for the real world, as well as the importance of staying physically fit. I use these skills every day in my job as an officer with the San Jose Police Department. Being a police officer allows me to use what I have learned while serving my community.
Visit our website at joinsjpdblue.com to find out more about a career with the San Jose Police Department. Be the force for greatness.
Cal High Sports Bay Area is brought to you by these fine companies who care about high school sports. By Stevens Creek Toyota, the #1 Toyota dealership in the Bay Area. Stevens Creek Toyota, it's where the deals are. By Mere Orthopedic Specialists, providing leading-edge care for athletes of all ages. By First National Bank of Northern California, delivering quality products and services to businesses and individuals while enhancing the economic environment of our communities. And by the San Jose Police Department. Visit our website at joinsjpdblue.com to find out more about a career with the San Jose Police Department.
We go down to the NorCal Division I bracket for another CCS versus NCS matchup. The Berkeley Yellow Jackets are led by dynamic point guard Niles Malone.
Yeah, he's really good. Oak Grove is coming off a league co-title and a tight loss in the CCS title game. The Eagles led by Austin Bison is 13 points a game. Oak Grove at Berkeley this week. It's our game of the week. Taylor Lambert was there.
Berkeley fans doing the chop, which doesn't make much sense for the Yellow Jackets, but they seem to be having fun, so we'll leave it alone, and that is good. Early first in Oak Grove is looking sharp. Ryan Lewis with a sharp pass to a sharp cutting Patrick Ong. Berkeley getting going here. Ben Baker with a steal, and he streaks to the basket for two. Both teams really coming out pumped in this one. Now check this out. Brian Morris with the one-hander to Niles Malone in the corner, and if you leave Niles open, he's going to hit it. 18-9 Berkeley early. Then Baker gets it back to Niles Malone, and if you cover Niles Malone, there's still a good chance he makes it. That caps a 20-6 run for the Jackets, but Oak Grove would fight back. Austin Bice, a real nice player inside of Ryan Evans, and that is good. Second half now, and Stephen Beatty would do his thing. Soft floater over the defense, finds some nylon. Then Austin Bice will get going. Bice, just a relentless player, ferocious, determined, unstoppable, unyielding, thesaurus. The Eagles made their run, though, but Berkeley had an answer in Brian Morris, 52-39 Yellow Jackets. Then Zachary Fleming with a nice pass up to Bryant Monroe, and he turns a good pass into good points. No give up in the EAGLES, though. Sejin Kim will find a little room and put up the nice one-hander and use the backboard, but Berkeley would just keep the defense up. The full-court press worked great in the second half. Moreau up to Fleming, 17-point lead for the Jackets, then to finish it off, a little two-man game. Sean Spikes to Fleming, back to Sean Spikes, and Sean puts it out of reach. Berkeley jumps out to an early lead and would never lead by less than 8 after the first quarter. On to the next one as we visit with the Jackets after the handshake line. Welcome to Berkeley High School. That was a great one. We're here with the boys. Let's meet them. All right, very excitable. We'll talk to Niles Malone first. Niles, a huge game for you. You really came out hot in the first half right there. Talk about your game.
I mean, we had a good game. I had a good personal game, but I feel like it was a team effort. It took everybody on the bench. It took our starters. It took our second five. It was a team effort. We got the W. That's all that matters.
You know, another round down, another step closer to that state berth, kind of. What are you guys looking forward to in the next game?
We're looking to that win. We're trying to get to state. That's all we want. We want wins.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Off to Brian Morris in the middle right here. Another senior on this team. What's working for you guys right now? You really seem to be on a roll.
We're just working on our defense, and we're just trying to put the points on the board and win the game.
The whole school is here, it seems like. It's so loud in this building. It was loud today. Talk about the fans and about Berkeley High.
The fans are crazy. I mean, I love our fans. I love it.
All right, we'll go over to Brian Malone. He's way back here. Excuse me, guys. Got to get all the way back to him. Had a huge game today and a huge season. What can you say about this team? A lot of seniors on this team. Obviously, it's a big year for you guys.
I think we just fight at all times. We never give up. We know what we want, and we want a ring. So that's what we've been working for since day one, since October, just working for the ring.
You know, this coaching staff always has you guys going. Once again this year, making it far into the playoffs, looking really good again. Talk about that coaching staff.
Coaching staff is great. They expect a lot out of us, and we do the same. And they got our back, we got our back. They let us play, they let us fight. And you see what happened. This is the results right here.
Beautiful. It was a beautiful game. Guys, take us out.
CCS D1 Boys Soccer Final featuring Lincoln and Everett Alvarez. The Alvarez Eagles come storming out of the gate into the 18. It goes. Daniel Souza slides it over to Luis Andrade. He's able to put it home past the keeper. 1-0 Alvarez early. The Lincoln Lions looking to fight back. Ramon India Felix into the box, but Sebastian Ramirez shuts the door. Lincoln back on the attack again, late first half. Now Juan Carrillo's shot is saved by the keeper, but Felix is there on the rebound to put it home, and we are tied at a goal apiece, and the teams go into halftime with that score. He was pretty happy about it.
Second half action now. Chefe Galvan goes over to Carrillo. Carrillo making a couple of moves and then puts it home. Out of his way. He needs to celebrate. 2-1. The Lincoln Lions take the lead. The Lions were looking for more. Brian Ocampos with the free kick, but somehow the ball stays out of the net, so we remain at 2-1. Last chance for Alvarez now. The ball sent into a dangerous area, but co-captain Julio Lorenzo is there to make the save. A couple of minutes later, the referee blows his whistle, and that means it's celebration time for the Lincoln Lions as they go on to celebrate a CCS championship. 2-1 the final score. Congratulations to Lincoln. Goals by Carrillo and Felix for the victorious Lincoln Lions.
Lexus of Stevens Creek presents the Volunteer Award each week. This award honors student athletes who volunteer in the community.
All the volunteers are now nominated, so we go to the next stage with voting set to begin March 23rd and go for 3 weeks. That's when you can go to the Lexus of Stevens Creek Facebook page to vote for your favorite volunteer.
Coming up, Leland and Mount Eden in the NorCal Division II bracket.
And we hit the road with a hockey team that spends a lot of time on the bus. We go inside Cal High Sports next.
Cal High Sports Bay Area is brought to you by these fine companies who care about high school sports. By Stevens Creek Toyota, the #1 Toyota dealership in the Bay Area. Stevens Creek Toyota, it's where the deals are. By Mere Orthopedic Specialists, providing leading-edge care for athletes of all ages. By First National Bank of Northern California, delivering quality products and services to businesses and individuals while enhancing the economic environment of our communities.
The Leland Chargers shocked the world with a CCS Division II title last week, the first section title ever for the Leland boys team. We've chronicled the boys' success this season with Nick Murtha returning to the squad after having a cancerous tumor removed from his brain, and James KELBERT, our CCS Scholar Athlete of the Year, leading the Chargers with 23 points and 13 rebounds a game.
Yeah, not to mention Robert went to Leland.
Yeah. Big fan right here.
So yeah, the Chargers taking on a very talented Mount Eden team that went undefeated, winning the Shoreline Division with a balanced scoring attack. Mount Eden looking to advance at home against Leland this week.
The Mount Eden Monarchs hosting this first-round NorCal Division II game against Leland. The Chargers come out strong. It's Anthony Lynn driving and scoring with a pretty shot there. More Chargers as James KELBERT pick and roll, pass down low to Doug White. They call that play the Dougie. Mount Eden battling back, the Monarchs dominating the boards. Jeff O'Keefe follows his own shot and puts it in. Leland up by 3. The Chargers extend their lead. James KELBERT, our Scholar Athlete of the Year, driving smartly through the lane, lowers his shoulder and scores. It's a 10-point Leland lead at the half. Third quarter, the Monarchs make a run. It's Jacob Duran firing from way out. He hit 2 third-quarter threes. Then Patrick Ramos down low to Camden Young Harry, who lays it in. The Monarchs within 3. Here's Ramos as the Monarchs pressure Leland. He gets the steal and lays it in. Mount Eden got as close as 1. Ramos again with another steal, just ripping the ball away and scoring there, but Leland settles down and extends the lead. KELBERT dribbling his way free, reverse lay-in for James, and then KELBERT in transition. A lefty pass to White, and the Leland Chargers keep their dream season alive with a 64-56 win. KELBERT with a triple-double for the Chargers, including 24 points. He talked about the Chargers being on a big-time roll.
I don't know. We just kicked it into gear this time. We've been playing great defense. We've been playing really well as a team, moving the ball, rebounding, playing great defense, playing great offense, executing, and we're just doing it all and having fun doing it.
Nevada-bound Miles Beach and the rest of the Cats Corner fired up for their girls to take on Newark Memorial. First quarter, Sarah Nelson going to Duke for volleyball. She hits the J with the foot on the line. More LG now as this time Nelson spots Josie Despairs wide open and she nails the triple. 9-2 start for Los Gatos. Despairs putting the ball on the floor now and taking it hard to the hole. She lays it in and one LG is rolling. More LG, Nelson gives it off to Despairs, who gives it right back to the Switzerland native, and she is money from 3. But back comes Newark Memorial as Haley Nelson spins through the lane and lays it up and in for 2. More Cougars as Marciela Matos lines it up for 3 and connects to inch Newark a little bit closer. A nice play from Tiara Banford as she hits the fading bank shot, and the Cougs are down just 5. Kylie Chan takes the dribble handoff and steps back from behind the arc, giving Newark their first lead with 2 minutes left. LG back on the break with the game tied, and Despairs gets the huge hoop with the harm to put the Cats back in front. Last chance for the Cougars, down 1, but they are whistled for the offensive foul as Nelson moves her feet to take the charge, and the LG Wildcats hang on for the 1-point win, advancing to the second round. Each week we go inside Cal High sports with athletes who are outstanding for a variety of reasons.
Marissa, this week we go traveling with the Bellarmine ice hockey team, the only school-based team in the Bay Area. So many weeks the boys get on a bus and hit the road to find some ice and a team to take on. The Bellarmine High hockey team is on the road again. The Bells traveling to Southern California by bus 6 times this season to be part of the Anaheim Ducks High School Hockey League.
That puck, but here come the Bells now with numbers. Looking on the far side, shooting it, and McGowan scores on Frosch. The Bells, for the first time in this game, have the lead.
It's a lot of fun. I think it's one of the advantages that we have as a hockey team that the other sports teams don't really have, is being able to travel like that with each other, because it's a great bonding experience and it's a lot of fun, and it really brings us closer together as a team.
It's pretty fun. You know, we're gone we leave on Fridays, usually come back Sunday nights, so we get pretty close as a team just because we're together so much.
This team is unique to the Bay Area where ice time is limited, which is not the case in Southern California. The team is made up of all Bellarmine students, which is different from elite teams like the Junior Sharks, made up of players from all around the South Bay.
We play 16 league games plus about 30 tournament and or other games that are against local teams, Junior Sharks teams, other local teams here in the area.
The travel takes up a huge amount of time on the weekends, but all the players agree it's a great experience and part of what brings this team together.
We go to school together, we eat lunch together at the same table, we travel, we have practice, we really do everything together, so really brothers, and that's what Bellarmine emphasizes, and so this is one of the best ways to be a part of that brotherhood is playing on this team.
A few of the players are part of this team and the Junior Sharks team, which means a double dose of traveling while trying to do well in the classroom at a tough academic school.
It's pretty tough. There's a lot of nights where I don't get home till 10 from practice from my other team and finish my homework at 11. Sleep's pretty tough to come by.
There are a few other Bay Area schools trying to develop a varsity ice hockey program. At some point, there might be a Bay Area league comprised of local high school squads. For now, these Bells are thrilled to be part of their school team in a sport they love.
Growing up, my dad being 6'10", he was really tall. I always assumed I was going to play basketball, but my first Sharks game, it was amazing. It was really fun, and within a few days, I decided that I was like, Dad, I really, really want a hockey stick. And then after I just started playing in my backyard, I just fell in love with it.
The Bells compete well against the Southern California schools despite having to play lots of games in a short weekend stretch.
Yeah, you can imagine putting 24 high school age kids in a bus and then trying to house them in a hotel or motel for a weekend can be a challenge. But the other big challenge, what we run into more than the Southern California teams, is we'll play 3 or 4 games in a weekend where most of the Southern California teams are playing 1 or 2.
This season is winding down with a regional tournament this weekend. With the seniors heading off to college, the rest of the team will continue on, part of a pioneering hockey team looking to leave their mark on Bay Area high school sports. The Bells are competing very well against the competition in Southern California, finishing 4th out of 12 teams in the recent league finals. Next stop for the Bells, the regional tournament, and it just kind of keeps on going all the time. But they're doing really well, and it's their hope that maybe they'll get a high school league in the South Bay someday.
Someday. But they're talented.
Not today.
Not today. Maybe tomorrow. All right. Synergy Environmental Solutions cleans up environmental hazards, asbestos, mold, and all the dirty work for Bay Area schools, corporations, and homes. So each week, Synergy honors the athletes who do the dirty work on the field. This week, doing the dirty work is Jack Coulter from St. Ignatius.
In the CCS title game against Leland, Jack risked life and limb, taking the charge for his team in a very tight game. Not the biggest guy on the court, but that's no problem for Jack Coulter doing the dirty work, just like Synergy Environmental Solutions. Lots of ways to keep in touch with us during the week. You can find all of the elements to our show on our YouTube site. There's a tab to the site on our Cal High Sports Bay Area website. Be sure to subscribe while you're there to get updates on new videos.
You can buy DVD copies of any game you see on our show. Just go to our CalHighSportsBayArea.com website and order your game right there. And of course, follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Our handle is @CalHighSportsBA. We now have over 11,000 followers. Coming up, the Togo's monster game as Pinewood meets Bishop O'Dowd.
And later, it's Doherty Valley battling Oakland Tech. You're watching Cal High Sports Bay Area. Club Sport at the Silver Creek Sportsplex is fitness for the entire family. Mom can feel secure in one of 120 individual fitness classes, while the children play in the Child Care Center or learn to swim in the Club Sport pool.
Dad gets a great workout in the state-of-the-art cardio and weight training area. Classes range from Zumba to aquatics and everything in between. No matter what your fitness goals are, Club Sport welcomes everyone. Club Sport San Jose has something for the entire family. Devcon Construction is #1 in the Bay Area and Silicon Valley because of trust. 95% of our business comes from repeat customers. They know the customer is our top priority. That's why Devcon was the choice for the 49ers' new stadium and for the new Earthquake Stadium. Devcon was also chosen when outstanding schools like Bellarmine, St. Francis, St. Ignatius, and MITTY wanted the very best, on time and on budget. Top Bay Area companies know Devcon is the best choice whether it's new construction or renovation. Devcon Construction, helping to build the best in Silicon Valley.
I definitely got a lot faster. A couple days after I did my first class, I improved my 60 time at a showcase by 0.3 seconds, which is outstanding. Well, definitely working on the form component. I usually run upright where you're supposed to have your chest at a 45-degree angle. We worked on that and worked on it until I could actually feel myself when I did something wrong. But definitely that improved 60 time helped, and a lot of coaches came up to me and talked to me after that. It doesn't matter whether you're the biggest guy or the smallest guy in the gym. You're always treated the same, and it's just a great place to be.
This is our team, our city, our goals. This is our home, and there's just no place like it.
This is Dr. Michael Miklich of Muir Orthopedic Specialists on the sideline with the Monte Vista High School Mustangs. And you're watching Cal High Sports Bay Area.
Back at the Sportsplex, NorCal Open Division action now for the girls. Two of the Bay Area's best teams meeting in the first round as Pinewood takes on Bishop O'Dowd.
It's the 4th seed taking on the 5th seed Friday night in our Togo's monster game, and Robert was there.
At Pinewood High School tonight for this Open Division quarterfinal game between the number 4 seeded Pinewood Panthers and the 5th seeded Bishop O'Dowd Dragons. No secret here what Pinewood likes to do. The girls like to shoot the three-pointer. They've hit 272 threes this year with 4 players in double digits in scoring for the Panthers. Bishop O'Dowd, a much bigger, stronger team tonight, so it'll be the finesse of Pinewood against the power and height of Bishop O'Dowd. The Panthers and Dragons in the Togo's monster game.
The Panther Pit in a patriotic mood as the girls meet the Dragons. First quarter, and guess what? Pinewood is shooting threes. This is Erin Poindexter McCann hitting early. The Dragons right back. Hard to the rack is Alexa Mason for 2 and 1. The Dragons have an early 1-point lead. And now outstanding junior Maya Pace with the hook shot. Dragons by 4. But the Panthers get hot late in the first. Here's Michaela Topper from way out. That's worth 3 points. The Panthers tie the game just before the end of the first. AKAYLA HACKSON hits a three-pointer. I'm not surprised. The Panthers keep firing away. Hannah Jump had a nice game for the Panthers. She's a freshman. All of a sudden, it's an 8-point Pinewood lead. It's not all threes. Look at Topper spinning into the lane. That was nice. The Dragons battle back in the second half. Jada Holland frees herself for a long two. But here's Jump coming right back at him, who in fact can jump, and she can also hit threes. Hannah with 3 threes in the game. HACKSON now driving and scoring, and Pinewood leads at 40-32 in the fourth quarter. But O'Dowd tightens the D and fights back. Pace with the steal and all the way for the bucket. And then later in the fourth quarter, Mason with the tough D, she gets the steal and takes it coast to coast, and it's just a 2-point Pinewood lead. But Pinewood with some D of their own, a huge play here as HACKSON takes the charge. The Panther Pit was loving it as Pinewood goes on to win by 5 and will face the number 1 team in the nation, St. Mary's, next week. HACKSON talks about what this season has been like for the Pinewood Panthers.
Definitely had people step up, especially for our injuries, because we started with 14 or so players. We're down to 9, but I don't know. We just finished strong, and we're gonna keep going as far as we can.
A nice crowd on hand to watch some boys volleyball between St. Francis and MITTY. First set, MITTY trailing by 1. Aiden Dillon passes to Curtis Ruttmeyer. Ruttmeyer over to Cameron Allen for the kill with a 12-10 advantage. MITTY trying to fight back. Arjan Warrior to Ryan Lee. Lee back sets to Derek Jones, and Jones with the perfect placement to pull back within 2. Both teams battling hard, but it's Gerard Nelson and Stefan Madon defending at the net, 22-18. Set point, almost identical play, but this time it's Madon and Alan Hogue making their presence felt, and the Lancers take set 1 25-19. Set 2, great dig by Jonathan Vu. Vu sets to Lee. Lee passes to Phil Brazelton for the kill and the 11-10 lead. St. Francis still trailing by 1 late in the set. Dillon sets to Ruttmeyer. Ruttmeyer over to Madon for the point, tying things up at 19. The Lancers starting to take control. Gerard Nelson with the dig. Ruttmeyer again with a pass to Aiden Dillon, and SF takes set 2 25-20. Third and deciding set, Boo bumps to Julian Fernandez. Fernandez to Derek Jones, and once again the Monarchs are up 11-10. St. Francis still down 1 late. Nelson passes to Ruttmeyer. Ruttmeyer back sets to Hogue, and that one is not going to come back, 17-all. The visitors now up 5. Alexander Biz bumps to Ruttmeyer, who was involved all game long. Pass to Dillon for another kill. Match point now, and it's the Lancers. Alexander Biz taking care of business. St. Francis wins in 3 straight, claiming their first West Catholic League win of the season.
The girls soccer team from Menlo won the CCS title this season.
Yeah, the girls taking some time to celebrate the win with our Jack Washer at the Rica Center this week.
We're at the Rica Center here in Menlo Park on Edison Way. The Rica Center, where goals are achieved.
Here they are, the newly crowned CCS champions, the Menlo girls soccer team. We're here with Sasha Cassidy. Sasha, referee finally blows his whistle and it all sinks in. Tell me what's going through your head and what's that like?
Well, it actually still hasn't sunk in yet, but it was the best feeling in the entire world with the rain coming down and all my teammates around me. We just couldn't stop screaming and hugging each other, and we all just jumped on top of each other, and I still can't believe it. I'm so happy.
One of the many girls to help lead this team to victory and protect that back line is Schuyler TILNEY-VOLK. Schuyler, especially those last 5 minutes, just all you're doing is you're waiting for that whistle. What's going through your head those last 5 minutes?
Well, I was just thinking about how you can't give Sacred Heart any momentum. You can't let them score because once they score, they're not going to let up. I think the first time we played them, we were up 2-0 in the first half, and then they scored a few goals and ended up coming back, and thank God it ended in a tie. So I was just focusing on not letting anything in, and that was pretty much it.
Are you ever thinking, referee, blow the whistle, blow the whistle? I just want this to be over.
Yeah, so after the PK, I asked him how much time was left, and he said 1 minute, and I swear it seemed like 3 or 5 minutes. But, I mean, what are you going to do?
Over here is Zoe Enright. Zoe scoring the game-winning goal for Menlo. Zoe, talk about this team in general, what it's been like the entire year and leading to a CCS championship.
Everyone's been working really hard the whole season. We've kind of had the goal of a CCS title kind of in the back of our minds the whole season, but it seems so surreal. We weren't really sure if we could do it, but everyone works super hard, and I'm really proud of the whole team.
Well, once again, your 2016 CCS champions, ladies, congratulations.
Coming up, Doherty Valley meets Oakland Tech in the NorCal Division I bracket.
But first, here is our Chevron Top 10 Boys Basketball Poll.
Cal High Sports Bay Area is brought to you by these fine companies who care about high school sports. By Wells Fargo, proud sponsor of the Game of the Week. By Lexus of Stevens Creek. Lexus of Stevens Creek is once again sponsoring the Volunteer Scholarship Award. 5 scholarships worth a total of $10,000 will be handed out at the annual Cal High Sports Banquet. And by the Rica Center, where goals and dreams become a reality.
The Oakland Tech Bulldogs dominating the Oakland League this year, going through the regular season without a loss.
The Bulldogs go into the Division I NorCal bracket as the 6th seed, taking on Diablo Foothill League champs Doherty Valley this week. Wildcats looking for some magic Wednesday in Oakland. First quarter, it's the Bulldogs coming out strong. Dijon Davis with a big block goes into the hands of Will Campbell, who makes a couple sweet moves and lays it in for the first points of the game. And then it's Jesse Grubeau. He goes ahead to Trey Hoskins, who slashes it into the lane for 2 for the Wildcats. And then Grubeau slips it to Jushan Samra. Samra goes with the reverse, and DV was up 8. But back comes Oakland Tech. Jamari Deveratel goes down to Davis. Davis goes back to the jump hook on the right baseline. Bulldogs build a 6-point lead into half. Second half, great defense by the Bulldogs as Sule Boom steps in the way and takes the charge. And good defense is rewarded with some offense. Boom takes the feed, uses the screen, and drills the mid-range jumper. DV hanging around. Grabeau with the steal goes to Game Man and Sala for the layup. DV down by just 3. Tech would take over from there though. Boom goes into the lane, then gives a great feed to Davis, who flushes it home with 2 hands. Check it out. Then a little icing on the cake. Deverett Tell goes to Boom, who has all day to fire 3 of his 25 points, and Oakland Tech rolls in this one, 68-49 the final. Davis finishing with a double-double for the victorious Bulldogs, who move on to the second round of NorCals. Our CCS Player of the Year, Madeline Holling, getting introduced before taking on Salesian. We start things off with Madeline as well. She makes the basket and the Monarchs jump out to a 13-6 lead. On the other end, it's our NCS Scholar athlete Mignon Moore going coast to coast for the lay-in. Mignon headed to USC next year. Second quarter, Holland to Ania Nichols to Talia Garza, 24-14 home team. But the Pride gained momentum to end the second. Mignon capitalizing on the third chance opportunity, and Salesian pulls within 2. Third quarter, Moore showing she has a lot to offer. Not only is she smart, but she can play ball. That's good, and Salesian takes the 41-40 lead. But back come the Monarchs. Danielle Guglielmo over to Charisma Ortiz. Ortiz passes to Nicole Blakes, and Mitty regains the 1-point lead. And then it's Elena Hill on the loose. She takes it to the rack, and one score, 47-43 Monarchs. 2 minutes into the fourth, Mignon knocks down a jumper, and the Pride regain the lead 53-52. Mitty back up 4 with just 4 minutes left. Janae Anderson finds Holland down low to go up 6. But with just under 30 seconds left in the game, it's Mignon Moore willing her team to victory, 69-66, part of her game-high 38. Mitty with one more opportunity at the other end. However, it's Angel Jackson coming up with a steal, and the Salesian Pride get the victory. They will face Miramonte in the semifinal round. DGDG.com is with us every week, featuring a play that made everyone happy. This week's Be Happy play goes to the Lincoln Lions. In the championship game, the Lions came up big, scoring 2 goals to win it all, and they were pretty happy about it. Congrats to Lincoln on their CCS championship. Go to DGDG.com to see how you can be a happy car buyer.
Coming up, it's the play of the week. Here's one of the contenders. We'll announce the winner next.
But first, here's this week's training tip by our good friends at the Rikus Center.
Hi, I'm Coach Robbie, and today's training tip is a pull-up. For beginners, we're going to start with a palms facing us grip. Underhand, go ahead, reach up. We're going to elevate our legs off the ground so they don't touch the floor. We'll raise the chin all the way up to the bar and return back down. Good. A good way to progress this is to go do an opposite grip. So we'll have one hand over, one hand under. Go ahead, we'll pull the chin all the way up to the bar and return down. And a further progression is an overhand grip. Palms facing away. Good, just crank them out.
The winner of the play of the week will receive an invitation to our end of the season awards banquet May 23rd at Levi's Stadium, thanks to the San Francisco 49ers.
Here it is, the play of the week.
Play of the week. We start this week with Los Gatos girls basketball player Josie Desbars with a game-winning shot and one. Bryce Thompson to Rashawn Fobbs with a dunk here for Piedmont Hills. They had a great year. Sulaboom to Dejan Davis, a two-handed flush. Dejan with a little mustard on that one. Juan Carrillo scores the game-winning goal for the Lincoln Lions. Lincoln, your CCS champs. Here's Patrick Ramos with the steal. Look at him just rip it away and lay it in for Mount Eden. Here's Derek Eden-Chukwu for a two-handed dunk for the Salesian Pride. Oscar Freyer, he can dunk as well. Oscar, we're going to miss you next year. A great player for Monroe Catholic. Jacob Durant for Mount Eden. Look how far out Jacob is on this three-pointer, and he hits it. But the play of the week goes to Niles Malone for Berkeley. Diving into the lane, up and under, and gets creamed and one, but it goes in. Look at Niles Malone with this week's play of the week.
That's the play of the week, and that's Cal High Sports Bay Area for this week. Thanks for watching. I'm Robert Braunstein.
And I'm Marissa Levis. Join us next week when we meet the track star from Los Altos, succeeding on the track despite his family's losses. We'll see you then.